All right, so this is the problem that I have with the Akademiks TV account. It was reported that several unreleased Kendrick Lamar songs have reportedly surfaced online, including multiple reference tracks for Baby Keem. And that was reported by Hot New Hip Hop. But then Akademiks TV comes through and says it was multiple reference tracks by Baby Keem. So one report is saying that there are Kendrick Lamar reference tracks for Baby Keem songs, i.e. Kendrick Lamar wrote for Baby Keem. But then Akademiks TV flips it and says by Baby Keem, which is inferring that Baby Keem was writing for Kendrick. And obviously this is something that Drake has said in his diss records.
That shit is only hitting hard when Baby Keem put his pen to it.
This is something that Drake has actually believed for many years now, that Baby Keem writes for Kendrick. And let me stop calling this man a baby. We're just gonna call him Keem. He's a grown man. But yeah, this is something that Drake has believed for a while now. So I don't know why Akademiks TV is reporting it like this. There's laughing emojis, like kind of, I guess, suggesting it's a joke. I'm aware that this is not Akademiks posting behind this account, but this is associated with Akademiks. Akademiks, he's aware of this channel. He's aware of what comes out on this X page, this Twitter page. Maybe even the person who runs it is employed by Akademiks. I don't know those details, but we do know that Akademiks is aware of this. So I will often say that Akademiks, he has a good channel. Usually, like, I like his takes on some things, or I think he has interesting takes. But when he does stuff like this, that's when my subscribers start looking at me and they just be like, what are you talking about? When he's doing stuff like this or co-signing stuff like this. And there's really nothing I can say to defend Akademiks TV on this. There's no link to these reference tracks that Baby Keem wrote for Kendrick, allegedly. But Hot New Hip Hop does have a link. More details here. So I don't know if Akademiks saw this, but this is like directly harming his credibility, stuff like this. And it's like on some sore loser shit. You know what I mean? Drake lost to Beef. So now, like, a whole year plus later, going on 2 years later, you're throwing these pot shots like this. Like, I don't understand the point. It's just on some sore loser stuff. So yeah, it's just not a good look at all. So anyways, there's reports that Kendrick Lamar is writing for Baby Keem. There are reference tracks that Kendrick Lamar has sent to Baby Keem, right? Or Keem, right? And a reference track can mean many things. A reference track can mean, this was Kendrick's song first, and he kind of just gave the song to Keem. Or it could be, maybe it was Kendrick and Keem, but Kendrick recorded the reference track to show Keem different ways to say, deliver bars or show him different ad libs. So it doesn't necessarily always mean a reference track. It doesn't always mean that that person on the track wrote the whole song. So I'm just shooting Keem some bail here. Recently, various previous unreleased K-Dot songs leaked online.
I don't like it. Don't talk fake deep to me.
I would never leave you stressed. I made a promise that I would never send that text.
So what? So what? So what? Big hoop, blue guts.
Whips work. 20 bad ones like a bridle. Whips work.
Two of the tracks, OD and Trouble Me, were apparently created back in 2010 once the LA rapper decided he wasn't going to use them. So throwaways, these are throwaways that I guess Kendrick gave to Keem. Kendrick said he sent them to Rihanna. So yeah, Kendrick and Rihanna were working heavy back in these days. I won't say heavy, but she was on the Damn album, which came out in 2017. Another one of the leaked songs is Public Enemy and features English singer Bakar. Finally, reference tracks from Keem's The Sound of Bad Habit era leaked, including So What, the song So What, and Opinions. Now, y'all will know these songs a lot better than I do. You watch my channel. If you don't, subscribe, because, this is like one of the best hip-hop channels on YouTube. If you watch my channel, you know I'm not a huge fan of Keem. I find his voice unlistenable to, right? And I'll get to more of my Keem hate later in the video, but let's continue. The Keem reference tracks in particular have earned big reactions from listeners. One person says, unironically,
"This Kendrick's version sounds way better than the published version, Keem's version."
Of course, in my Chink Uyghur voice. Of course, Kendrick's version of the song is better than Keem's. Again, we're gonna get to the Keem hate later. One Reddit user claims, bro, this is one of my favorite Keem songs ever. No way Kendrick wrote this too. In my Chink Uyghur voice, of course. Of course, of course, of course. So yeah, when we go back to the Akademiks TV thing, he is trying to report on this, or he's trying to make a joke that Baby Keem had reference tracks for Kendrick's songs. Again, this is a long-held belief that Drake has had. I remember an interview from years ago where Drake said this.
I'm just trying to think, like, rap space. Yeah, it would be Keem. Actually, between him and Baby Keem, Die For My Bitch. Those are my two picks.
Okay, so I just rewatched this part of the Drake interview. It's from 2019. It's with Rap Radar. Drake actually never said, correction, he never alleged that Baby Keem ghost wrote for Kendrick. I don't know why I always took it that way. I think just the Baby Keem shout out right there, it just always felt kind of underhanded to me. It just felt like Drake was kind of saying, like, hey, Kendrick, we're on to you, Baby Keem. That's your writer, right? I don't know why I felt that way, or if there was some other added context that made me feel that way. But yeah, I had to add that correction in there. Back to the video. Like, early in Keem's career, very early, this is probably like 6 years ago, Drake initially said this. He inferred this in an interview. I'll try to find the interview and clip it here. But this is something that Drake has believed and still believes. Years later, he recorded Family Matters diss track, where again, he infers that K-Dot's music only hits hard when Keem is writing on it.
K-Dot shit is only hitting hard when Baby Keem put his pen to it.
It's unbelievable to me, right? So anyway, let me know what y'all think about the reference tracks. I know a lot of my subscribers, y'all like Keem. Y'all like really anything, a lot of y'all, that is associated with Kendrick, right? But now, let me get on my hating ish. And it's only right we play some ether as I do this ending monologue. Keem. Now, Keem, I've never liked his music. I listened to the Die For My Chick album. It was very hyped. It was associated with Kendrick. I was very excited to listen to it. Not my speed, right? Now, you'll probably say, yo, Troy, Kendrick is your favorite rapper. And Kendrick is writing for Keem. So if Kendrick is writing for Keem and you think Keem is not good, implicitly, indirectly, you are saying Kendrick is not good. You know what? That is perfectly logically sound, right? There's one main thing about Keem that I really don't like. It's his voice.
Say million to grandma, who did I offend? Me girl of your dream. Drumming that bitch, ho, drumming that.
It's unbearable. It's unlistenable to. You know, in rap, that's like one of the main things that will stop us from listening to an artist. Their voice. The voice is very important in rap. And I don't think Keem has a good rapping voice. I don't even know enough Keem music to understand what songs they're talking about in this article. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard some of these songs, but I can't like start rapping these songs. Like, I couldn't point these songs out in the crowd because this is like one listen stuff, or I'll cut I'll start listening to Keem music and I'll start cutting it off in the middle of it. I don't want to listen to this guy. His voice is just not there. And I think Keem also suffers, at least with me, part of the reason why I have like this disdain for his music. He suffers from the time that he came out. If you remember when Keem initially came out, this was during an era where Kendrick was like not really rapping. It was like Kendrick was almost retired or something. It's like, dude just was not releasing music, solo music, albums, right? So the few times that we did get Kendrick verses during this drought, it was with Keem. And it's these songs that are not typical in Kendrick's discography. What do I mean by that, right? These unfocused songs, kind of like freestyles. A lot of people on my channel feel like, yo, Troy, you flipped. You critique Kendrick now, but you never critiqued him before. That's a lie. Years ago in Family Ties, y'all know Family Ties. A lot of y'all might love that song. Yo, I'm not saying you're a bad person for liking that song. But back when Family Ties came out, when I used to do reactions in my car, what did I say about that song? The video just corny to me. I wish I wouldn't have saw the video, because it's too much, bro. There's only one beer left. Rappers screaming all in our ears like we're deaf. Why the fuck are these niggas yelling? Get right like the amber lamps coming.
Amazing, brother. Pop off only on occasions, brother. Rich nigga mama know I made it, brother. Hard drive. Ain't nobody safe when I come. I'm killing everybody that's outside.
This shit weak. I'm not gonna hold you. This is weak.
Kanye changed his life, but me, I'm still an old school Gemini.
Gemini.
Funky him and my bitch. That's cool, and that's why.
You ain't smoking no top 5 spitting like that, bro. I never liked that song. I didn't like the video. And I think the Kendrick verse is like overrated, to be honest. And if that Family Ties song plays in shuffle, I will never get to that Kendrick verse because I'm not sitting through Keem's verse to get through that. My name is me, hey me.
Ain't that it 10 million and did a little dance and fucking the world.
Hey me. I don't understand how y'all listen to stuff like that, right? But I'm not going to. So Keem also suffers, at least for me personally, and this is a super personal take, right? I'm not saying he's objectively bad, but for me, he suffers from the time when he came out. When I wanted Kendrick verses the most, when we were going through this drought, the couple of times that we did get Kendrick appearances, you know, a wild Kendrick has appeared, you know, it was with Keem in these songs that are not even in the top percentile of Kendrick's discography. It's these unfocused like freestyles, and we got to sit through Keem to get to Kendrick. So everything Keem has dropped since then has been scarred by that for me. Now there was a moment on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, because obviously Keem is on that album. He was not on GNX, thank God. But there was a moment on Mr. Morale or a couple songs where I'm like, okay, I don't mind Keem as much on this song, but those songs are far and few between. I get the irony in it. Yo, Troy, isn't it funny how you always dog on Keem, but Kendrick writes for Keem? Sure. Again, I'm not saying Keem is a bad songwriter. Apparently he's not even writing a lot of his songs. I'm saying I can't listen to him. It goes against like my ears won't accept it. So anyway, yeah, let me know what y'all think. We got Public Enemy, we got So What, we got Opinions, Trouble Me, and OD. Apparently these are Keem songs written by Kendrick. And apparently there's many more. Now, to Akademiks TV's point, if he has one, and to Drake's point, I guess, do y'all actually think that Keem has written for Kendrick at some point? You know, back when Drake initially said it way back then in that one interview, Keem was like 17. What you telling me Keem wrote on To Pimp a Butterfly? Keem wrote Blacker the Berry? Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. But do y'all believe as Keem matured that him and Kendrick traded verses? Like, yo, on this song, you write my verse, I'll write yours. I will prefer Keem to never appear on Kendrick music again. If Kendrick and Keem are going to work together, yo, they're family members. I'm just saying, this is my preference. Who cares what I think, right? But here's my preference, and I'll end the video on this. If Keem and Kendrick are going to work together, please, God, do not let it be a collaborated album. Do not give us like the only... If Kendrick is going to collab on an album, you know how many years we asked for the Kendrick and J. Cole collab? Do not let it be a Keem and Kendrick collab. Don't do that to me. Do not make me sit through that. And yo, Keem, please stay off of Kendrick's albums. If you are writing for Kendrick, Keem, let Kendrick rap the verse, please. But if they are going to collab, again, just my preference. Who cares what I think? Yo, Kendrick, feature on Keem's projects. That way I know to not listen to it. Because I'm going to avoid it anyways. So anyway, yeah, that's my hater-ish. It's my ether. Let me know what y'all think. Top5rapleftsite.com. Peace.